Here we are again with some more alarm issues, trying to figure out why this thing won't start. It started fine. We got it out of the shop, parked behind the shop here, and now it will not start. First thing we did was we checked the fob here. The battery's in. This fob does not work at all, which was not a problem before because I had deactivated the alarm in this vehicle. When I deactivated the alarm, I had disconnected all of the cylinder key lock switches in the front two doors and the rear hatch there. My first thought was because I replaced the rear hatch, that might be my problem. The first thing I did was remove the panel just to make sure I wasn't missing anything. As you can see right in there, the key lock cylinder is not engaged on there, so that is not our problem. And if we look right here, I do believe this is our connector for that key lock cylinder indicator right here. So it's disconnected. This is not our issue. After checking that rear hatch there, we're confident that we don't have any problems with the key cylinders. So that's not the issue. And it started and drove out of the shop, and we never had any trouble with it before. So we have to look a little deeper, find out what went wrong here. As I said before, the fob does not work, and it didn't work before either, but that wasn't a problem. Now we're always able to open up the door with the key and start the vehicle, no problem. We come in here, we're not hearing any clicking or anything like that. But when we go to start it, it shuts off right away. Now again, notice that we don't have any clicking in the dash here. But if we get in underneath the hood and take a look, it's very faint, but you can hear it slowly clicking. And if you touch the horn relay, you can feel it. So the alarm is activated. Something's caused it to activate and shut the vehicle down. It won't start. So this is clicking, making noise. We take a look though here, we don't have any lights blinking. We also don't have any lights blinking in the back. What I do is I just disconnect the battery to stop it. And then what I've tried to do is I tried to disconnect the battery, touch the leads together to drain all the power out of the PCM. And I've been trying to chase down if I could reset it to try and start it. That didn't work. So we go into the section here. This is the first page, and this is going to show us our power feed in. So it's coming in through fuse 8, and it comes down to the ignition switch. And one leg is going to the junction block here, and another leg is going through the junction block back up to fuse 18, back down to our body control module right there. Now, if we take a look at this little spot right here, 8W-12-10, and we come to this page, this is that leg that is describing there. So we've got fuse 5, we've got fuse 4. We're looking at this one here, where it's coming in, and it's coming down, and you see right there, fused ignition switch output start run. Now this says lamp outage module optional. And that's this thing. So this has something to do with the ignition switch. Now I want you to notice this right here is C316, that's connection 316. If we go to this page here, it's showing us C316 and C316. So this has two connections, 1 of 2, 2 of 2. Here they are here. This is showing us the location for C316 right there, and this is the location of that plug right there. Now if we take a look in the back corner here, this is on the driver's side in the rear hatch, and we remove this cover. With that cover removed, we can look inside there, and this is where that module is supposed to be, but we don't see one there. Now if we take a look in this Jeep here, which is pretty much the same Jeep, I think they're both Laredos. Same color, same engine, same everything. This one has it, the other one doesn't have it. And this is that module that they're talking about right here. These are those two plugs that they have on there. So if I come back in here, my question is, after changing the rear hatch and possibly the wiring that went with the rear hatch, is that our problem here? Does the wiring not match the vehicle basically? What I can do is unplug this and see if it makes a difference. We're going to give it a try after we've unplugged that plug in the back there. I'm going to try one more time. Again, it'll start, it'll run for a few seconds, then it'll shut off again. And when we get back here, we can hear and feel that the relay is still clicking here. This is the single plug here that's in the back of the Jeep there. And as we take a look on here, what we're dealing with is this pin 10, which is the fused ignition output start run right there. And then if we take a look at all this other stuff, it's basically saying it's the park lamp relay. Now when we take a look at this page here, park lamp relay, this is our park lamp relay, and as we take a look on this page, we're not really given any clues as to how connection 316 or 317 is incorporated back to this park lamp relay. Now when we go to this page here, again, where it shows our park lamp relay, and we take a look on here, again, we're not getting any help with those two connections for 316 or 317. Again, we take a look at this page here, and it's going to show our park lamp relay. And again, we're dealing with the same situation where it is not revealing where those two connections are, C316 and C317. And we're looking at another page here to try and find that wiring. We got the park lamp relay, and as we look down again, we're not seeing our connection that we're looking for, but we do look at right there where it says junction block 8W1221. Now when we get to this page here, we're going to go back, we're going to see the park lamp relay there, and we're going to take a look at again 8W122223. And when we look here, we got the park lamp relay. You can see up there, it's coming across. And we've got 8W122123. So we've checked them all but 23. Finally, on this one here, we're going to see where our connection is, C317. And then you'll see right here, C316. And again, this is telling us without it. So I assume it's just this connection here. And then it's the optional one, it'll be the whole square of information there. As we look at this page, basically it's just saying that it's going to all those different connections for lights. And if we take a look down here where it's going to refer us to kind of like section 51, 8W51 there. When we come over here to section 51, this is where we're going to see all of those are basically, they're going to go to ground. So these are all our several lights, and they're all going to ground. Again, on this page here, the light's going to ground. And actually on this page here, it's actually showing us that lamp outage module right there. And it's giving us a little more information. Since we determined that everything starts and ends with that park lamp relay from that location in the back of the Jeep there, and it's coming up to the park lamp relay, what we did was we went and checked the relay. Take a look at the fuse box on the passenger side underneath the dash there. We find our auto headlamp relay. Now this was removed, and when I put it back in, then we could hear the clicking in the dash once more, and the lights were actually flashing where we noticed they weren't flashing before. So that was because this relay was missing. And we go to the park lamp relay, which is directly underneath that. And what I did was I took that out, put a good one in. We still had the same problem. The alarm is still activating, so it's not this, and it's not the wiring in the back that I thought was attributed with replacing that rear hatch. Well, we got it running. I'll let you know what I was doing here. So I got my test light, I hooked up to the negative here, and I went through all of my fuses to make sure I had power. And all of them should have power except for this one right there. This one right here will show no power until the vehicle's running, and then once it's running, it'll show power. So what happened was I checked all the fuses in this one here. For some reason, when I checked both sides of it, I had power on one side but not on the other. So I pulled the fuse. It's good. I don't see anything wrong with it. And then I put it back in and I checked it again, and then I had power on both sides. And then the vehicle started. When we look in the book here, this is showing us our power distribution center underneath the hood. And that fuse that we were talking about was right here. It was right by those two relays. So that's fuse number 15. It's a 40 amp. Now the page doesn't tell you what the fuse is. So you have to go over here and you're gonna have to look at fuse 15. And then when you drag over here, this is gonna give you the page to help you identify that fuse. Here, this is telling us where the battery feed's coming in, and it's going to fuse 15. That's our power distribution center. Comes out, we've got it going to the fuse box, and we also have it coming back to the power control module, so the PCM. I'm going to assume that it's actually the problem was the power going to the PCM. Because if we take a look over here, so we've got 16, 17, 18, 24, and 25. That's where that leg is coming off of. So we got fuse 15 is coming in here. Now we take a look and we've got, you know, we're looking at this thing. We got the electronic flasher, the power antenna, amp, antenna, turn signals, vehicle information center. We go over to this page. Again, we got fuse 15. It's coming through. Courtesy lamp relay. Body control module. Vanity lamps. Glove box. Underhood lamp. So this is just showing us our lights. Again here, fuse 15 coming down. We're taking a look. Again, we've got lights. Come here, we've got the liftgate courtesy lamp disable and the body control module. And this one here, we got fuse 15 coming down. We've got the headlamp dimmer switch, automatic temperature control module, radio, graphic display, vehicle information center, drivers, power seats. Fuse 15 coming down. Looks like this is where it goes to the PCM. Apart from that, power outlet, turn signals, towing, backup lamp, automatic day, night, rear view mirror. None of that is going to jump out at me as to a problem of causing the vehicle not to start, but you can see how all of these wires are integrated into all these different systems and how it's basically a real nightmare to try and chase it all down.